The PHYRIS soft calming technique represents a unique massage experience. Its circular integrated movements have a very relaxing and harmonizing effect. It is a wonderful massage technique for sensitive skin and can also be used very successfully for wellness treatments. A highlight of this technique is the massage, which is also carried out using soft brushes. This feather-light variant without massage oil guarantees relaxed and smooth-looking skin. Before beginning the treatment, get your client into the right mood for it by massaging her neck using dry wash mitts. This gentle introduction fits the theme of harmony perfectly and helps your client to relax even faster. For application of cleanser, peeling or masks with a brush, the following steps are to be done. Begin at the center of the forehead and trace a flat circle first across one side of the forehead and then across the other. Then trace 2 circles above the cheek areas. Beginning in the middle of the upper lip, begin 2 circles beside the mouth. Then, place the brush at the middle of the chin and make a circle on the lower jaw on both sides respectively. Apply the product to the neck region, making 2 large circles. Place the brush at the center of the décolleté and trace 2 circles, one after the other on either side of the décolleté. Circle the round part of the shoulder with the brush, first on one, then on the other side, and then trace 2 circles on the shoulder blade. During manual application too, the same circles are applied, but simultaneously and parallel to each other. The direction of movement is towards rather than away from you. Begin again at the center of the forehead and with the circles on the forehead. Now glide over to the cheeks and circle over them once. Then beside the mouth, including the upper lip, over the bone of the lower jaw, and over the neck. Then trace 2 large circles on the décolleté and glide across to the shoulders. Circle the shoulders and then finish with a circle above the shoulder blade. The movements for cleansing and peeling are to be done in the same stages you saw for the technique with the hands. Repeat these 3 to 5 times. All products can either be removed using 2 wash mitts or 2 small sponges. The sequence of movements is identical to that of the application movements. For thorough and careful work, the entire sequence is repeated once. The use of the tonic is also done with the same movements. As usual, after cleansing and peeling, use a skin-specific somi and work it in using the crystal sticks. Ampoules and concentrates can be applied either manually or with a brush. Here, use the movement sequences you have already learned. For an especially gentle massage in the case of sensitive skin, use the PHYRIS Sensi brushes. In this case, work without a massage product. The featherlight stroking movements also provide your long-standing clients with a new and pleasant massage experience. Just try it out. For the classic massage with the hands, the movements are as follows. To apply the massage cream, start with a flowing wavy movement from the center of the forehead down to the shoulders, and from there, crossing the first path, go back to the center of the forehead again. Begin with circles around the eyes. The movements are towards you rather than away from you, and then circle the eyes. Then increase the size of the movement as far as the cheeks. And finally, as far as the jawbone. Staying with the same circular movement, glide further down and first include the neck. Then the décolleté then the shoulders. Repeat the last large circular movement, this time moving in the opposite direction. Make the movements smaller now by only including the décolleté. Very gradually make the circles smaller until you get back to the circles on the forehead. When you get to the forehead, change direction again and trace 3 circles on the forehead. Then slide over to the cheekbone and do 3 more circles. The size of the circles remains the same. This is now followed by circles beside the mouth, including the upper lip. And then slide down to the lower jaw and do 3 more circles here. Circles on the neck. Circles on the décolleté. Circles on the round part of the shoulder. And circles on the shoulder blade complete this direction of movement. In the opposite direction, that is away from you, repeat the last movements until you arrive back up at the forehead. This time too, do each movement 3 times over. Now trace a circle across the forehead in the same direction and using both hands. Now carry out the same movement around the eyes. The next circle leads over the cheekbone and upper lip around the nose. then around the mouth, and finally around the entire lower jaw. A big circle across the neck. Over the décolleté. And over the décolleté and shoulder area completes this direction of movement. Then repeat the last movement in the opposite direction, also 3 times. Now make the circular movements gradually smaller until you arrive back at the forehead. With a further change of direction, repeat the movement on the forehead. Then increase the size of the circle while retaining the movement up to the region below the eyes. Increase the size of the circle again as far as the upper lip. And then as far as the chin. Now enlarge the circles very gradually and include the entire shoulder region. Now repeat the generous circle in the opposite direction. Now narrow down the movement so that only the décolleté is included. Narrow the circles very gradually until you finally arrive at the circle on the forehead. Finally, carry out movement number 1 again and end the massage with the pleasant wavy movement. A good way of rounding off this massage technique is to provide an invigorating head massage, which can, for instance, be carried out while a mask is taking effect. The following movements are carried out without products. Lay your fingers in the hairline above the ears and do a semicircular movement back as far as the occipital bone. Gradually enlarge this movement, always starting at the hairline until your hands touch together at the top of the head. Begin in the middle of the hairline with small alternating stroke movements and gradually move towards the one and then the other ear. This cat paw movement is carried out with gentle but firm pressure in 3 paths. After this, place your hands in a circular shape behind the ears and turn your hands from the wrist without changing the shape of your fingers. Repeat 3 times at the same location. Then move the position of your hands and repeat this movement until your fingers intermesh like cogwheels. Now lay the balls of your fingers in a row along the occipital bone. Press down gently with all your fingers and simultaneously carry out a small rolling movement. Pull your fingers upwards and backwards cautiously, then carry out the pressure circle movement again. Repeat it several times until you arrive at the highest point of the head. To finish, place the edges of your hands on the very top of the head. Then let your hands gently separate and stroke across the entire region. This wonderful massage technique results not only in relaxed and smooth-looking skin, but also a visibly relaxed client.